begin. We're going to use the Rainbow Bridge, continuous spell, pop in the Mammoth to search for our Crystal Bond. And now we're going to Droll and Lockbird. A lot of rogue decks like to search a lot, and seemingly they just all fall and die to a Droll and Lockbird. Is that going to be the case for Tri-Brigade Leerlusk? We're going to start this off with our Hollowed Azamina straight into the Sylvia, being able to now negate the Droll and Lockbird if needed. We're going to send from the deck to the grave a Sparrow by activating the Canary. We're now locked into Xyz summoning only, as the Sparrow's going to be searching for our Swallow. Do we even bother negating that? Yes, we do. And since we're negating the effect and not the activation, we can use a Triple Tactics talent to look at the hand, draw two. What do we do? Let's look at that hand, and I don't even know. Return to get that out of here. Now, from there, we're going to Hollowed Azamina, return the Sylvia back in the extra deck to add it back to our hand as we Xyz this up into a Recital Starling, because we too love to continually search our deck. This is not a hard once per turn. We are going to keep on searching. We're going to Swallow Summon itself plus the Wagtail from the hand, searching for a Bird Call from our deck. Further going into another Recital Starling, detached, searching our deck for our Turquoise. Turquoise is going to be Special Summon from the hand after searching for the Cobalt. Turquoise is going to be reborning another Cobalt. We're going to turn this into a Utopic Draco Future with the ability to negate any monster effect and then steal the monster we negated. Let's further turn this into the Ensemble Robin. Remember, we're locked into Xyz summoning only. The Ensemble Robin is going to be able to, not once, not twice, not even 3 times, but 4 times on a special summon, return the monster back to the hand. So in a way, we got 4 disruption on the Ensemble and a 5th disruption on the Utopic Draco Future. Can we play through this? Probably not, right? Grief Tablet? I don't even know what the heck you just did there. What? You activated the Grief Tablet onto the Utopic Draco? Is it negated? The equipped monster is negated. Oh, okay. Well, straight up negated. Cannot negate a monster effect now. Gonna grab our Crystal Bond back from our deck to our hand that you got rid of. Now, we looked at the hand and we returned the Crystal Bond knowing that the Rainbow Bridge could likely add another copy to the hand. I don't think we even bothered reading this card. Maybe we should have, and we would have returned this back instead. We are now setting up with the Rainbow Dragon, getting rid of the Utopic Draco Future, as we now follow up again with another Rainbow Bridge. We have our Sapphire Pegasus equipping into the back of the Carbuncle. We're going to summon a Tiger from the deck here, and now we're going to trigger the Ensemble Robin, spin that Tiger back, re-normal summon it, and our 3 disruptions left are now 0. They're gone. We are going to be adding from the engraved back to our hand the Canary. Can we set up a good amount of disruptions within main phase 2? That's going to be the big idea here. Well, Dempsey is Isolde. You're going to be searching for a Renaud. And the Dempsey itself is a warrior. We're going to... What is this Grief Tablet stuff? What the heck? It searches for a Wedju Temple? I don't even know what is going on here. What was this even... If you control, once per turn, if you control the equipped monster, you add a Wedju card from your deck to your hand. Okay. We got the Isolde, grabbing the Noble Knight Shield Bearer here. We're going to send from the deck 1 equipped card to summon a Renaud from the deck to then add the equipped card from engraved back to our hand. Golden Rule is here, as we now further turn this into a Cross Shape. Cross Shape is nuts. We have to get a fusion monster to where it's pointing to then reborn a monster from engraved. Wedju Temple, equipping into the back with the Shield Bearer plus a Senjin from the deck. Summon the Senjin, search for the shield, special summon our Doom Dragon, but not to where the Cross Shape was pointing to, as we now reborn the Carbuncle with the Golden Rule, triggering its effect to then summon from the back row, double Sapphire Pegasus, as we double Sapphire, equip into the back row, a Tortoise and a Rainbow Dragon. We now have Gallant Granite, which could search our deck for any Earth monster, which could have been Block Dragon if we're playing that. We're now going to summon our Rainbow Dragon as we further turn this into a Quadra Link. Saryuja, we're going to draw 4, return 3 back in the deck. We have Book of Eclipse in our hand. Come forth and summon a Doom Dragon, trigger the Cross Shape, reborn from Engrave, our Cobalt Eagle. We're going to use the Skull Dread, special summon the Shield onto the field, further turning this into a Curious, which will send any card we want from the deck to the grave to then trigger the effect to mill an additional 3 cards. Now in Grave, with the Rainbow Bridge, we could search our deck for any field spell as we further go into a Masquerena plus an Apollo USA. Surely we're not done. We're now going to be banishing, what is this, 7, 8 cards from the graveyard to come forth and summon the ultimate crystal Rainbow Dragon Overdrive. which has the effect of during either player's turn, you could tribute this card to shuffle as many cards on the field as possible into the deck, and then special summon any number of banished Crystal Beast monsters, non-target, wiping the entire field, non-destructive effect. That is insane. We have Book of Eclipse to flip the entire field face down. We have Masquerena to go into a Little Knight double banish, and we have double negate with the Apollo USA, giving us a total of 6 disruptions. Starling, good luck. Ooh, Lightning Storm. What the? Oh, no way. Whoa. Why not Masquerena into at least a Little Knight, which then doesn't get destroyed? And then we would have the secondary effect of Little Knight, right? I guess we didn't even want to do that, huh? Why not, though? We could have banished on this activation right here. Not that it would have been that great. Now, stopping their effects great until they draw 3. Draw 1, 2, and 3. That's a big draw here. Now, if we could just one turn kill through these 3 birdies on the field. Oh, we could not. Lightning Storm off the top of the freaking deck. Is it time to be playing board breakers in the main deck without being a turn 2 deck? Ain't no way. That was crazy. We're getting in these situations where it feels like our hand traps are not as good as they used to be, especially against decks like Fiendsmith Snake Eye, where one hand trap stops one part of the deck, but they're 3 decks in one, and then they do full combo from there. Huh? Set pass. We got Kaiju. Now, we don't use this Kaiju to tribute the opponent's monster. We use this Kaiju for its benefit of negating multiple cards. But we have to summon it with the Saryuja. And how do we make a Saryuja? We need 4 different monsters. So opening this is a super hard brick. Opening the field spell is also a brick. I think we generally want to be searching it through making it curious by getting the field spell searcher engrave. Rainbow Dragon, also no good. Holy moly. Grief being a turn 2 card, or at least if we could have activated onto a monster we control, we could have searched for a Wedju Temple. We couldn't even perform a regular normal summon. And here we are with the Eclipse, which is now negatable by the Sylvia. What do? It just straight up negates it by tributing off the Sylvia. They do lose the Sylvia, but if they could set up lethal alongside the Sylvia, then we are in big trouble. What? This is also Snake Eye. Now we're going to get Eclipse in. Now we're going to get negating. Negate. Now, a big problem with Book of Eclipse is it could get Ash Blossomed. That is something quite interesting on a way to negate that if you're going to be depending too much on your Book of Eclipse to save you. A single Ash and you're done. Let's speed this up. Grab the Cobalt, summon the Swallow plus the Cobalt, search for the Canary. UDF. Utopic Draco Futures here, ready to negate a potential hand trap in hand. We have Samorg. Wasn't this card banned in the TCG, or is it still banned? I don't even remember what their ban list is on this card. We're going to be summoning the Canary plus a monster from Engraver locked into Exceed summoning only. We are building up our Assembled Nightingale to just 3 attacks. 800 times 3, not enough for lethal, surely, right? But we were really close, though. Wow. We couldn't, 200 more damage, we couldn't do it? Really? Ain't no way. We're going to turn that into a thick Zeus, though, and then end our turn. Now, Samorg's going to summon from the deck a Mist Valley Apex Avian, which can negate anything. What are we looking at here? The Apex Avian, we can't imperm because it's untargetable, and it can negate anything. Plus, we have UDF negate any monster effect, and we have Zeus with the effect to wipe the entire field, non-targeting wipe twice. Quadra Disruption. We have a Grief Tablet, which we could equip onto the Zeus or the UDF. What are we doing here? We could also use our Kaiju defensively. Woo, there goes the Zeus, so we're now at 2 Disruption. Grief Tablet onto the UDF, but it then gets negated. So we just have a monster negate. Now, is Rainbow Dragon and the Tortoise, so what are we doing with this? We're going to be activating our Kaiju field spell, summon the Tortoise, swing in, we get to activate the effect. When you declare an attack, you can special summon this card from the hand. The UDF is going to negate. Not today, mate. And then the attack must go through for self-inflicted lethal for a 2-0 victory. A valiant effort from Crystal Beast. Thank you very much. And let's keep on going. Begin. Now, our forms of disruption besides negating the graveyard is going to be 2 on the field and 2 from the hand. 4 disruptions. We're going to max C in the draw phase. Now, thankfully for Starling, they have no Call by the Grave because they would just get baited by the Spirit Dragon stopping the Call by the Grave going into the Ultimate Spirit. Draw per summon versus 4 disruptions. Let's thrust a Lightning Storm into our hand. Now, we ideally have a quick effect, because what's going to happen is the True Light and Grave will activate, the Spirit Dragon wants to negate, but they do not have priority to chain Spirit Dragon to True Light. You have the first response as the opposing player to literally activate anything, and that anything would then wipe away their entire field. True Light is going to be summoning a Blue Eyes from the graveyard before getting wiped out. Come forth. Wipe it up, and now let's get triggering. The True Light would trigger. The Maiden we have to pass because it would chain link block, as the True Light is a mandatory effect. And we did not have any quick effects. Nothing quick. Any quick effect to chain to the True Light and Grave, Max C, Fool Loss, anything, would have stopped the Spirit Dragon from negating it. We have Bird Call getting negated by the Ash. We have Magician's Soul summoning. We are under Max C, so they could be drawing into more disruptions possibly. As we now Veil or negate the Magician's Souls, attempting to draw just 1. We negated an Upstart Goblin. Are you freaking kidding me? Well, let's now follow up with Snake Eye Ash. Ash into Poplar, trigger the Poplar, summon itself onto the field. We're going to go into an Ultimate Spirit Dragon here. Maybe getting ready to negate whatever the Poplar searches for, unless we're planning on negating the Poplar itself. Come forth, Poplar on summon, activate, allowing the search for the original Sinful. And now we're going to turn our other Spirit Dragon into a Crimson Dragon. With the Crimson Dragon, we're going to be targeting the Ultimate Spirit, but not yet. We have Relinquish Anima pointing to nothing. Poplar triggering, equipping itself into the back row so we could have a more efficient use of our original Sinful, sending our back row instead of our monster, as the Crimson now turns itself into a Cipher Divine Dragon, which can negate a monster effect and then pop any card on the field. As we now go into a Little Knight. Little Knight is great against multiple forms of disruption because they're going to have to waste 2 cards on it. Well, 2 cards for 2. 2 for 2. Let's go. Little Knight on summon is going to be negated on banishing. We're then going to chain Little Knight to then banish the other monster. Now, the problem here is if they have the Neo Ultimate Engrave, which they do, which will be the card that negates the Little Knight, and then Ultimate Spirit could still activate. There you go. Neo Ultimate Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is severely neutering the strength of Little Knight against a board like here. As we then have the Ultimate Spirit Dragon ready to negate the original Sinful. That's all we wanted. We also, on the resolution of the Divine, Cipher is going to be destroying a card in the field, taking out that Snake Eye Ash. And as we wanted, Ultimate Spirit, ideally negating a spell trap over a monster since it does not destroy. We're going to protect our Ultimate Spirit from being destroyed during the end phase. Just like that. Holy moly, we are white lightning every single game. This is happening like crazy. White lightning! Damn. Damn. No disruption in sight for Blue Eyes White Dragon. We do have an activatable right away Drill Beam. DD Crow, I guess, could be used on to something like a Maiden, or maybe we want to preemptively banish the Wishes so they can't go into a Tyrant Dragon if we care about that, because Roar, the turn it's activated, cannot Fusion Summon. That might possibly be a play. Otherwise, we have Untargetable Apex Avian, Untargetable Blue Robin, which the Avian can negate anything, negating a Drill Beam. And then we have the Utopic Draco Future being able to negate any monster effect. And the Blue Robin, the main counter just battling over it, has Quadra Disruption, can target a monster on special summon, returning it back to the hand. And it can do it up to 4 times here, giving us a total of 6 disruption plus the DD Crow, giving us 7. 7 versus Blue Eyes. Start this off with a barrel. We're going to have the barrel be stolen now. We're going to Drill Beam, attempt to negate the negate by revealing the Blue Eyes White Dragon mate. Apex Avian is going to negate the negate. Negate, a returning Avian back to the hand. Now, we just have DD Crow and the Ensemble Robin. We do take control of the barrel. Lordy Load is going to be searching for a barrel. There's no way to get that onto the field. We're going to use Wishes, discard Blue Eyes, search our deck for a Roar plus a Maiden. Maiden's going to be setting up the True Light into the back row here, and if the Roar summons a Blue Eyes, we could just use the DD Crow to banish away the Maiden, which turns off a form of disruption. Trigger the Maiden, DD Crow the Maiden, and this DD Crow is not random. It was a part of our combo. We searched for the DD Crow. Banish. And now we have the Ensemble Robin, which was not able to spin away the Blue Eyes because it's untargetable. We are going into a Tyrant Dragon, and isn't there the thing in the graveyard? What happens here? The Ensemble is targeting the Tyrant to spin it back. It's got 3 more spin backs, but the Neo Ultimate, does it negate and destroy? What happens here? Negate the activation. If you do, destroy the Ensemble Robin, giving up the other 3 forms of disruption will now be gone. So right now we're at triple disruption, Ensemble Robin, negate, and destroy. We now got 0. The Ensemble Robin is going to be recycling the Canary and Graveyard back to the hand. We had 7 disruption, now nada. Tyrant Dragon going for a full field wipe. The Utopic Draco Future cannot be destroyed by battle. We have no trap engrave to recycle off of the Tyrant Dragon field wipe. Setting up a Majesty into the back row. Lordy Load is going to summon from the deck or graveyard. Come forth our Blue Eyes White Dragon as we don't turn this into a Heretic Seal and then pass. What is good here? We have Majesty and Majesty. That's it. We have Majesty plus a Max C. So get ready with the ability, with the Majesty, to non-target pop up to 2 cards in the field, but the Utopic Draco Future cannot be popped, cannot be destroyed by battle nor card effect. The Sinful Spoil Subversion dude can push the Tyrant into the back row unaffected by traps, but of course the spell will push it. Canary Reborn the Swallow. What the heck is that? A super boosted Assembled Nightingale. It's got 5 attacks at 1200. It's got 6 attacks at 1400. 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14. I think that's game. Let's try the Majesty. Okay, let's detach to make it so we cannot be destroyed by the Majesty. Not today, mate. Nope. No pop for you. All right, let's keep on doing that. We have 5 attacks total. What? That was enough? Wait, okay, we still have attacks. Oh, we're still holy moly. Detaching because of the Majesty was enough to ensure that it was not lethal damage. Insanity that we're going another turn. But the Assembled Nightingale should pretty much guarantee that we do have another turn since we now take no damage from this turn. The Utopic Draco Future will still be a negate ready to be used on a monster and take control of it. Let's reborn our Blue Eyes White Dragon with the True Light. We have Barrel. Unfortunately, the Maiden has been banished from the game here. Let's swing into the Nightingale, then make a Heretic Seal in main phase 2. We have Heretic Seal, which will be negated by the Utopic Draco Future, which will be negated by the Drill Beam. So we have double disruption plus the Max C. Let's summon our Blue Eyes White Dragon from the graveyard. I would think making them think that we need the Blue Eyes on field to use the Drill Beam, but we do not need to. We're going to use our Wanted Seeker searching for our Diablo Star as we now Max C on the Resolution, now turning on the Triple Tactics talent to take control, look at their hand, or draw 2. Come forward, Diablo Star under that Max C, setting up our Deception Sinful. Bird Call's going to be searching our deck for the Canary, but there's no Leer Loss we could summon from the hand here. Canary going to lock us into Exceed summoning only as we reborn the Engrave Sparrow to then Tribute Summon for an Apex Avian for a negate. We're going to use the Heretic Seal, which is going to attempt to spin a card in the field back to the hand. We're going to use the Utopic Draco Future to negate, and then we're going to chain the Drill Beam to negate the negate, and then we're going to use Apex Avian to negate the negate, negating the negate. Negate the Drill Beam. And negate the Heretic Seal. That Tribute Summon Apex Avian came out of nowhere, directly attacking 4 game up to 4 times with the Assembled Nightingale. Lethal damage. 1 in 1. An exciting back and forth duel we have here. Holy moly. Let's go. Blue Eyes going first. Max C and Fualos. Move my footrest. All right, let's go into our Spirit with Eyes of Blue. We did not preempt our Max Seed nor Fualos here. We got our Mausoleum, Maiden is going to be setting up the True Light from the deck. The Mausoleum is going to send a Blue Eyes from the deck to the graveyard. We're going to be reborning that Blue Eyes into a Maxi. Let's get drawn and let's play around it. You don't get to draw. I'm going to chain reborn the Blue Eyes that I wanted to summon. Just like that. Now, back in my day, you would have to reveal your hand because this says summon a Blue Eyes from the hand or graveyard, and you are now saying, I don't want you to draw from Maxi. I'm going to summon the Blue Eyes I intend to summon, but what about the Blue Eyes that I know is in your hand, mate? Just trust me, bro. Set the Majesty, and now back to you. Wow, we really didn't further commit off of that. We have the Majesty plus Veiler and a Maxi, double disruption. Let's see what's good. Full hand knowledge. Yeah, I mean, you can't trust your opponent, right? Are you against a ruling like that where they have to confirm? Maxi chain to the Canary. Fualos chaining to the Maxi. What are we Fualosing? What could possibly give us a draw for Fualos? How could they possibly summon anything from the deck or extra deck on our turn here? We have Where Art Thou searching for a Wagtail. At least we control level 1. Only then does it become activatable to search our deck for level 1. We have the Wagtail searching for a Bird Call, which we already used. Triple Tactics Talent attempting to take control of that Blue Eyes White Dragon. We're going to be chaining the Majesty, because otherwise the Majesty would not be activatable. We have to have a Blue Eyes somewhere to reveal to make the Majesty get poppin'. Let's turn this into Assembled Nightingale. We have 3,000 attack, plus we're going to be further boosted with the Assembled Nightingale, at least attempting to do so. Now, because we don't have a Cobalt, we are targetable by the Veiler. Normally, Veiler should not be negating the Assembled Nightingale. And this Blue Eyes White Dragon control that we took is temporary. What are we going to do with this? Are we going to Zeus the field? Give it back. Zeus in the end phase. Wipe it up. True Light is going to set a card from the deck to be usable during our next turn. The Roar is activatable in Graveyard Diffusion Summon. Wipe the field if you have a Blue Eyes White Dragon plus a dragon anywhere on the field or hand. We're also going to be burning for the Where Art Thou. We have another field wipe with our Zeus. Get ready with that, and it's gone. Drill Beam, reveal a Blue Eyes or a Primite, banish away, negate, and banish. That is disgusting. And the Drill Beam engrave right now is recyclable. It can activate, reset itself onto the field as it's doing right now, activatable again during the next turn. And this is why Blue Eyes at the moment is currently the best deck. I don't know. Is that completely correct to say? If we look at the tier list here, if you combine Snake Eye Fire King and Snake Eye Fiendsmith, it's kind of similar to Blue Eyes' power level, because this is taking away from each other. The same type of Snake Eye player is choosing between these two decks, so their power level is split into two. White Lightning! Oh my.